So today we're having lunch at Milk and Co. Cafe. It is on Garvey Ave in Monterey Park. The food is more like a Hong Kong style cafe. It's a Hong Kong style bing sut, which sells drinks and small snacks and stuff like that. We saw on the menu that they have really good deals for certain items like their wonton soup, their pork chop rice, and their rice rolls. But for some reason, they have really bad reviews. So we're just gonna see how it is. Special $6.99 wonton noodle soup. This is even cheaper than Harlem Key at the Square Market food hall. Comes with 5 wontons and they're huge. Look how big they are. 2 veggies and some wonton noodles. Gotta taste the soup. It's very clear. It's not up to my standards. So if you had really good wonton noodle soup, the soup is like a mix of a seafood flavor in there. And this one doesn't really have much of that seafood flavor. See how the noodles are. They're really thin, these wonton noodles. Texture is good. A little bit over al dente. Wontons are huge. I'm excited for this. Porky and shrimpy. It's mostly pork, not as much shrimp. I would say the ratio between the pork and the shrimp is the pork is gonna be about 70% of the wonton. But I think it's still really good. And they have chili oil here to add. So I think because the soup is a little bit more clear and needs a little bit more flavor, I would totally add this.
And the rice is here.
It's a rice bucket. This is like something you take as like a lunch box. It's like an old school lunch box. It keeps things warm inside. The rice is a little burnt. So this is the green onion chicken. It has a little bit of soy sauce and green onions. I think they poured scalding hot oil on top of the onions. So then it has onion and garlic flavor. It has even garlic chips. The chicken itself doesn't have much meat. It's a yellow chicken. I think it's called a yellow fur chicken is what Cantonese people call it. That's the chicken they like to use for like Hainan chicken or poached chicken. It has really chickeny flavor. I think that's why a lot of Cantonese people eat yellow fur chicken. This one specifically has a lot of garlic flavor because of the garlic chips. I don't really taste the onion, which I prefer more of. And the soy sauce is very light, like it's not too salty.
What'd you discover?
They made it really perfect, this chicken. They made it Hainan style, which is poached chicken. After they take it out of the poached water, they put it in an ice bath, which creates this gelatin in between the meat and the skin. This is the chicken fat. This is how you know it was done correctly. Well, this rice is so hard.
Oh no.
If I came here with my dad, he would complain for sure.
I think because they have to prioritize speed here so much that I think the rice comes out like that. It happens.
So this chicken dish is affordable, not too expensive. A lot of restaurants will charge you like 15 bucks, 16 bucks for this dish. And it comes with rice. It's a lunch special item and it comes with a drink for $1.
And what drink did you get?
I got the Hong Kong milk tea. It's more on the sweeter side than the bitter side. Majority of Hong Kong style milk teas, they will use Assam milk tea, which is more on the darker, bitter side.
Beautiful. But your first rule is to try the soup first. A little bit shrimpy. I feel like that's the only thing I taste is like a little bit of shrimpiness.
Oh, maybe it's from the wonton.
Yeah. Let's try the noodles, see how it is. I think because it's so light in flavor, the noodles just taste like noodles. Slightly hydrated noodles.
Yes.
I think it's not bad. It definitely needs something though. For us, because we're chili oil people, that's the thing that's gonna rescue it. One thing I feel like we can't complain about is the size of the wontons. Very porky, I would say. There's a little bit of shrimp on this one, so I feel like it's kind of like a roulette. Sometimes you'll get one, sometimes you get the other in terms of ratio.
For $6.99, you can't complain.
Seriously, I think this is the cheapest one around, right?
Yeah.
One quick bite of the chicken. It's pretty garlicky. I don't mind it because I feel like it's a little bit different.
And it's a little bit lukewarm too.
Yeah, I really like the garlic pieces because they are crunchy, crispy. But 100%, I don't taste any of the onions.
It should be called garlic chicken, not green onion chicken. Hurry up and eat this because it's been sitting out. The churn fun, you want to eat it right away so you can taste the bounciness of it. It's with beef.
It's very chewy and everything was pre-sauced already.
Even at dim sum restaurants, this would be at least over $5.
Pretty solid. I think the texture is good. It's very, very soft. Nice and steamy. There is like a decent amount of beef in here because we got the beef version. You can see some of the chunks on here, although I barely tasted it.
That's a good amount of beef.
Within the very soft texture of it, you get little hints of cilantro pieces in there. So you definitely taste that. Obviously, if you don't like cilantro, don't get this. But the beef is good. I think the beef is nice and chewy. First thing I gotta say is I think I understand why the reviews aren't the greatest here. It feels very chaotic because everybody's moving around. There was a long wait. It took us about 20 minutes on a Friday around noon to get seated. And for sure, the clientele here is definitely not the ones that would leave reviews on Google or Yelp. If this place was on OpenRice, it would have like a 4.5 or a 5 stars, I think.
But the clientele here, they value price over the quality.
I think for sure the one thing that I would give it 100 out of 100 is the decor in here. It's very interesting.
Look at that stoplight. It looks like it's like a little train station in here.
And like the old phone, the old cash register, the fake bird in the bird cage over there.
Neon signs.
Also, I just keep laughing at that sign. It says legal shark fin, which means not shark fin, it's something else.
I gotta say, it's been sitting here for 5 minutes while we were filming the other items, and it's still pretty bouncy. On par with the dim sum restaurants, honestly. Out of all these 3 items, this is my favorite because the flavor is perfect, the texture is perfect, and the price is perfect. The beef is pretty soft too, soft texture. Let's see how the soup is with chili oil because I really am not impressed with the soup.
Chili oil is more like crispy, right?
Yeah. It's more like chili flavor, but I like it. I dig it. Sometimes you need some chili in your life.
And by sometimes we mean every meal. Also, they have a couple of other condiments here, sriracha bottle.
Would I come back here again? I probably won't because I'm the person who is not really into waiting in line. There are other spots that are almost as affordable with better taste. That's just my 2 cents. And they open at 8 a.m. for breakfast.
So your theory on the rice here is that it could be like leftover rice, because it's so hard.
Yeah, it tastes like it's leftover rice or fried rice.
I made the Korean method, put it in some of the soup, hydrated it a little bit.
It's fine.
All right, so I think this might go down as our cheapest meal of the entire year. And last year, $28.14 for food and leftovers, which brings our total for supporting S3 restaurants this year to right here. I guess one warning here is that parking is kind of insane.
But there's street parking.
This lot is a little bit difficult because it shares the plaza with 2 different things.
With Steam Fresh and a dentist.
So we really want to highlight a couple places here. This part of Garvey in particular is elite in SGV, right? Like so many highlighted places.
Yeah, we like going to Pronto's for donuts. They also have really delicious Cambodian chili oil if you're into that. And then there's Chubby Cattle. There's Tea Brick for boba. There's Mama Lou's right there. And you can't forget about JJ Cafe, the Hong Kong cafe for late night eats. And then there's a coffee shop that's kind of new called Yi Hui. That place is really good. All of the restaurants and more can be found at this playlist right here.